Welcome to State of Tech. We're going to take a look at customizing the taskbar. The taskbar is the bar down here at the bottom of my screen. On the left hand side we have our start menu, so this is where all my start menu is. I have Cortana next to that. I have my pinned actions here, so some applications I've pinned to my taskbar. And then I have my notifications down here, my notification panels. So what we're going to do is right click on the taskbar and then click on properties. Currently I have the taskbar locked. And what this means is that the position has been locked and I cannot move it unless I actually either choose the location here in this menu or unlock the taskbar. The reason that I suggest locking the taskbar is because you'll notice that if it's not locked, and if I click and sometimes just drag around the start menu, it'll just move around on my screen. And sometimes you might actually end up accidentally clicking and dragging the taskbar, and all of a sudden it's gone from the bottom of the screen to the top of the screen or the left or right hand side. So I just suggest locking it, because now if I were to do that and click apply, and if I click and try and drag, notice that it's not going anywhere. So the position of it is locked. And if I wanted to change it now, what I can do is choose over here, taskbar location, click apply, and now my taskbar will be positioned on whatever side of the screen I want it to. And what that's great too is now that it's locked, I still cannot move it from that position. So you can choose any area of the screen, top, bottom, left, or right, that you want your taskbar to live on. Now you can choose to also auto hide. So if I choose auto hide and click apply, my taskbar will hide whenever I'm not hovering over it. So now if I come down below the screen and hover my mouse over it, or whatever position you had it in. So if I had this position, say on the right hand side, it's going to auto hide on the right. So this auto hide taskbar just is whatever position you have it in. The default one is the bottom. So it's just going to hide your taskbar whenever you're not hovering over it. The actually use small taskbar buttons. If I do that, we'll click apply. Now everything is kind of shrunk down. Even the size of the taskbar is shrunk down. And notice the start menu has kind of stayed the same. The start menu still has everything pretty large, but everything's just kind of shrunk down to small icons. Now, based upon your eyesight and screen size, that could either be a good thing or a bad thing. I think personally on this screen, it's a little too small for me. And now bringing it back to full size, we have everything that looks pretty good. So we've already gone over the location on the screen. The taskbar buttons are these buttons here. So right now, the buttons are set to always combine and hide labels. What that means is that if I have any multiple windows open or any application open, the label names are actually hidden, and as well as the windows are hidden. So you see if I highlight over Chrome, I get a preview of the 3 browser windows that I currently have open, and then another app, Bandicam, I can see how that works. So I'm seeing a preview of those apps down here. If I choose to combine when taskbar is full, what that will do is if I start opening other apps, so let's just say I were to open up this PC here, and then I open up a few more items. Notice how the taskbar is automatically starting to combine similar applications whenever this taskbar starts getting full. So File Explorer, you can see I have these windows here now. With Google Chrome, I have these windows. And whenever I stop over one, notice it kind of changes my view to that specific window. And if I click on it, it brings me into that window. And if I actually choose to never combine, this is going to get really out of control, is now everything is no longer combined and I can see each and every single open item. So Chrome is no longer actually combined. I see all 3 windows, all the File Explorer windows, I see them as well. And that kind of makes everything look really cluttered down below. I like to keep everything always combined and hide labels, and keeps everything clean on the taskbar, and you know that you have something open because of the little the bar down below. Mine happens to be blue, but if your color was different, say you had a red, the bar down below would be red, and that'll let you know that you have an actual window open in that specific app. And if you have not pinned the app down here to the taskbar, when you start closing the windows and close that specific application, notice these ones will actually close and disappear whenever I close them. And the way that you pin apps down here to the actual taskbar is just to come into your start menu and go into your all apps, or you can even choose apps over here in your start menu. Say for example I wanted Facebook down there. I'll right click on Facebook, go over to more, and then do pin to taskbar. So now Facebook is going to live down there in my taskbar. I'll right click again down on my taskbar, come into properties, and I can even choose that peek to preview. So what this does is over here in the right hand corner, whenever I highlight over there, it kind of shows me on my desktop. So if I had a bunch of different windows open and I just wanted to see what was on my desktop, quickly just drag your mouse over to the bottom right hand corner and it's going to show your desktop. Now the notification area, we're going to do another video on this because there's a lot of customization that can go on there. And so we're going to just go ahead and do that in another video. So go ahead and watch that notification area video to see how to do that. The navigation area, if you ever use command prompt, you can actually do it with a PowerShell. And so you can come in there. That's only maybe if you use the command prompt. I wouldn't suggest going in there for everyday users. The toolbars, we have toolbars that we can add to our taskbar. So if I click on these, it's going to really clutter the taskbar again. So I have address links here so I can quickly do actual web address with my default browser. I can view my desktop, so these are all the icons that are on my desktop. And I think that just clutters everything, so those are hidden by default. And go ahead and click apply to change all those options. Now you'll also notice when I right click on the taskbar, there are a couple more options. Specifically what I'm thinking of here is Cortana. So right now the search box over here is going to be my Cortana search. And it's taking up quite a bit of room just having this search bar constantly there. If you like to kind of keep everything narrowed down and clean, what you could do is with Cortana actually just show the icon. So now I just see the icon over there, and if I click on that, it still brings up my Cortana. And if I use the actual Cortana wake up command, it's regardless of the actual search bar, so that Cortana wake up command will still happen. And the same thing with the task view. Now the task view, which we have a video on as well, this is more of virtual desktops. So I can see all my desktops here and even the apps that I currently have open. You can even hide that button if you choose not to do your task view or the actual virtual desktops. Notice that button has been hidden as well. And then there is also the option of showing your touch keyboard. So if you happen to be using a tablet computer or a 2-in-1 convertible, you can actually enable a touch keyboard over here in your notification area, and then clicking on that will actually show your touch keyboard. And here you can actually, if you're using a touchscreen computer, you can actually use that touchscreen keyboard. But this computer is not a touchscreen, so that is why it is hidden by default. So that is how you are going to customize your taskbar and start menu. For more videos like this, be sure and subscribe to State of Tech. We'll see you in the next video.